Okay, everybody. Are you ready for more stats and probs problems? Here we are. So far, so good. We've already discussed the first three problems when it comes to normal distribution. Nana mo talaga yung formula sa normal distribution, di ba? You know already the concepts of the normal curve and how to convert a raw score into a z-score and how to solve for the raw score when the corresponding z-score has already been given. Tama? So now, are you ready for more problems? Here we are. So let's get to this. Number 4. Sammy and Adi, together with their thought. Okay, Sammy, Adi, shout out to you po. Lucky, if you're listening to my video right now, shout out to you po. Shout out to your kids. I will miss them so much. I hope to see them soon. Para Wajoles, I can teach you more concepts. Bibi! Hi, Sammy. Hi, Adi. We're having a class. What do you want? Cookies? Paano maging importante yung cookies sa exam namin? Wala ba yung mga cookies dito Anyway, let's... Read the problem! Of course, sure na yan. Babasahin ko na, okay? Patience sa kayong dalawa. So, let's read the problem in item number 14. Sabi ko dito, Sammy and Adi, together with their thought, are making chocolate chip cookies. Yummy! Yummy chocolate chip cookies! I love the chocolate chip cookies! Yeah, Sammy, yeah, Adi. I know how much you love chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, they're really good. We put the eggs, the flour, the batter, the milk, and the sugar, and then we put the chocolate chips. Yay! Then we put them in the oven, and it makes a yummy snack. Yay! Thanks, babies. Yeah, I know already what that is, and that's also part of American culture, that whenever you get bored, you can also opt to bake chocolate chip cookies, especially during the pioneer days. So ask your grandma. My Ama Rosalina taught me how to make cookies. They're very delicious. So, Ama Rosalina, if you're watching this po, shout out to you po. I hope you love making chocolate chip cookies because I think that was your passion, something like that. So now let's get to the question. So the question is, Sammy and Adi are making chocolate chip cookies together with their tot. They made 40 pieces such that every piece contains chocolate chips with an average amount of 5 grams with a standard deviation of 2.5 grams. Okay, so here's the problem. Do you remember a chocolate chip cookie? Isang chocolate chip cookie, you know every cookie? Yes, every cookie consists of chocolate chips. Yeah, that's what make the cookies more delectable. Pero sabi ko dito, this is already cholesterol. Kasi nga sabi ko dito, the average amount of cooked chocolate chips, grams of chocolate chips is 5. Diba, in every cookie, they contain chocolate chips, such that the average amount is 5, and then our standard deviation is 2.5. So what do we do first? Let's draw the normal curve. That's right. So let's draw muna ang normal curve, So you still remember the mechanics of the normal curve. The normal curve looks like this, nama. Then we have this bar. Then ito, we have this. What do you call this? That's the mean. Very good. Ito yung mean. And then our standard deviation is, count with me, babies. Oh, that's positive 1. Positive 1, positive 2, positive 3. Then on the left side, what do we write there, Sammy, Adi? Negative. Bakit negative? Because kabaliktaran. Very good. Baliktaran. It's the opposite, diba? So you write there negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Then positive 1, positive 2, and positive 3 in our normal distribution. Tama? And then, what is the raw score? The raw score is, ano to? What is our mean? Di ba remember sabi ko dito, let's identify what is the mean. Ang mean namin ay 5. So, 5 goes here. And then, what our mean is 5. And then, our sigma, which we call standard deviation, is 2.5. So, 2.5, di ba? Now, when you put 2.5, where do you think 2.5 is? So, let's apply the skip counting. So, if our mean is 5, for positive 1, we add 2.5. And that will be 7.5. This one become 10. This one will become 12.5. Tama? On the left-hand side, we subtract 2.5. Therefore, this is just 2.5. This one becomes 0. Then this one becomes negative 2.5. And I think in general, there's no such raw score of negative 2.5. Because that's just so rare. There's no such thing like that. Pero never mind. I'm just assuming that there's something like this naman So you will get the idea of normal distribution. So now that we have already written everything, so remember the one in naka-black, They are the z-scores. And the one yung naka-light blue are the raw scores. So, using what you've learned, let's answer the question. Sabi ko dito sa letter A, eating a cookie that contains at most 3 grams of chocolate chips. Ayan. So, di ba remember, in this problem, we are looking for the probability such that the cookie that you will eat contains at most 3 grams. And when we say at most, Sami Adi, anong ibig sabihin yun? Hello? At most. It means to say, up to that area, tapos okay na. Yes, correct. Kasi nga, sabi ko dito at most, because di ba remember when we say, let's say for example, when we, di ba normally in the past, I would always say at least. Like for example, answer in at least 3 sentences. Ibig sabihin at least, ibig sabihin more than 3, okay na yan. Or 3, sapat na yan. Pero kung more than 3, better. Pero ang sabi ko dito, at most, ibig sabihin konti lang. So we need to find 3. Where do you think 3 is in our distribution? Look at the raw scores. Do you see the number 3 there? Bibi, there's no 3. Wala. Pero we can just assume that 3 is somewhere in between the two numbers. Like, like 3 is in between 2.5 and 5. So therefore, 3 must be somewhere here. But what's z-score? That is what we don't know. However, using what we've learned. But before that, what does it ask for? Eating a cookie that is at most 3 grams of chocolate chips. So at most, ibig sabihin, it starts from this side up to here. Yes, kailangan namin kukuha namin yung variable na to. And remember, whatever is being asked, we shade. Tama? So therefore, this is the one that this is the item that we're looking for. We're looking for this area. This area. Okay? So that's 14A. Now we just apply the z-score formula. What is the z-score formula? Hello. X, which is the random score of the raw score, minus the mean, divided by the standard deviation to give you the set. Very good. So our formula would be 3 minus 5 divided by 2.5 to give you the score. Now, we know 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Negative 2 divided by 2.5. So negative 2 divided by 2.5, we just convert that to 25. Then this becomes negative 20. Diba? Shift the decimal place to the left. So therefore, that becomes 0. Tama, that becomes negative 0.8. So therefore, the z-score is negative 0.8. Now, let me check with Microsoft Excel if I get the right formula. So, ganito kasi yun. If you want to get the z-score, you have to type it like this. Type there, standardize x, which is 3, then 5, and then 2.5, which is our standard deviation. We should get negative 0.8. Now that we got our z-score of negative 0.8, what do we do next? Locate for the corresponding z5 probability value on the z-table. Correct. Now, we open up our z-table to find that corresponding probability there. So, looking at our z-table, looking at 0.8. Teka. Kasi nga sabi ko dito, ang kailangan namin dapat dito. So, we're using this z-table. Therefore, we're gonna have to subtract that from 0.5. So, we look for 0.8 on our z-table and we found 28.81%. Hello. Don't forget to subtract it from 0.5 because 0.5 stands for all the probabilities on the left side of the mirrored side normal distribution. Very good. So now we have to subtract. So we have 0.5 minus what's 0.8? 2.8881. Then we apply given a change mentally. This is this answer. 21.19%. Is that our answer? Let's see. Gets ko na. Kasi po, diba, remember, sabi ko dito, at most 3. Kaya nga, that's why nga I said it like this, diba? So, we did it like this. Normally, dapat, it's supposed to be this answer. So, I know this is the right answer. When you say eating a cookie that is most 3 grams of chocolate chip, so therefore, we did it this way. Ang ginawa ko dito, remember the formula in Microsoft Excel? When you do normal distribution? And then, for normal distribution, our z-score will always start from here. It does not start from the mean. Hindi siya symmetric ang z-table na Microsoft Excel. So, what we do is, we do this formula. Norm dot this, then we type there x, mean, sigma, and then true. Diba? So, normal dot distribution, what is our x? 3, diba? Alam ko na. That was the wrong answer. Kasi nga sabi ko dito, ano ba? That was 3 grams. It's not 3.5. 3 dapat. So, therefore, this is the wrong answer. So, this is not the right answer pala. This is 3, not 3.5. So, 3. Wait. I think I get it. Yan, correct. So, therefore, it's 3, 5, 2.5, then true. And tama, the answer is 21.18%, which we get here. Rounded to 21.19% because it's rounded, diba? Yes, that's how they do it. They rounded up the numbers. Correct. And that's supposed to be the correct answer. And it's up to x inclusive. Pero we want to add pa yun. That's why I also typed there false. Kasi yung kapag false, it wants the exact value. Pero never mind, don't care about that. What is important? At most. So, dapat hanggang dito siya. Okay? So, that's our answer in letter A. Next, letter B. Sabi ko dito, eating a cookie such that the amount of chocolate chips is from 5.5 to 9 grams. Yan. So, let's work on another normal curve. So, this for 14B, diba? So, here's our normal curve. And then, we put this. You already know what to do here. You know already what to do, diba? And then, we translate the scores. 7.5, 10, 12.5, negative 2.5, 0, negative 2.5. Tama. Now, it says here, eating a chocolate chip, cookie, such that the amount of chocolate chips from 5.5 grams to 9 grams. Where do you think is the 5.5 grams? Dito siya, di ba? Although we do not know where 5.5 is, but it's somewhere here, in between 5. And up to 9 grams. Where do you think 9 is? Dito. Pero it's in between. So, kailangan namin i-shade. So, you see the naka-black, that's for letter A. Yung naka-blue, that's for letter B. Okay? Then we shade whatever we're looking for. So, this is the answer that we're looking for. This area. Now, all we have to do is to convert the z-scores into their normal raw scores. Tama? I meant the raw scores into their z-scores. So, therefore, with an average amount of 5.5, so therefore, we apply the z table, the z formula. Z is equivalent to x minus the mu divided by sigma. So, therefore, we need to find this. So, this is 5.5 minus 5 divided by 2.5. If we do this, of course, 5.5 minus 5 will give you 0.5. 0.5 divided by 2.5, simplifying this, we get, ano to? 0.1 and this becomes 0.5. Because you divide by 5, diba? And 0.1 divided by 0.5, shift that here. So, therefore, that's 0.5, 0.10. And our z-score must be 2. Tama? Wait. 0.2. So, 0.2 is our z-score. Okay? That's for 0.5. So, therefore, 0.2. Nang dito siya, in between 0 and 1. Now, what about with a z-score of 9? So, 9 minus 5.5 divided by 2.5. That becomes 4.5, diba? No, 3.5, diba? 3.5 plus 5.5 equals 9. Then, divided by 2.5 divided by 5 on both sides, we should get 0.7. This becomes 0.5. Tama? And then 0.5, 0.7, we get this one. So, this is 1.4. So, tama nga, 1.4 is right here. Now, we look for the z-score. Now, we look for the probability value of the large and the small. So, looking at our z table, so we need to find 1.4. So, when we look for 1.4 in our z table, where on earth is our 1.4 dito sa z table namin? So, 1.4 is, yes. So, our 1.4 is 41.92%. So, 41.92%. That is for 1.4 with a z-score like that. Next, we're looking for 0.2, and that's 0.793. So, 0.793. 793 or 7.93%. That's for 0.2. Now, all we need to do is to subtract so that we can subtract them both so that we can get the area in between. So when we do this, this will become 9. This one will become 8, 18, 99, 10, 3. So therefore, the answer is 33.99%, which is somewhat equivalent to 34%. Now, let's see if we get it right in Microsoft Excel. Did we get it right? Oh, I think I got it wrong because it says here that's 36.59%. Okay, let's see in Microsoft Excel. So, remember, when you do this in areas underneath the normal curve using Excel, of course, the larger area must be subtracted by the smaller area. So, the large area, which is 1.4, and then the smaller area to give you the answer. Diba? And actually, I did it normal distribution right away so that things will be easier. But if you are to standardize it, you will see why. So, therefore, we have 9. Wait. That's 9, 5, 2.5, then true. Minus 5.5, 5, 2.5, then true. So, we are to standardize. So, we type there standardize 9, 5, 2.5, true. We get yes. The correct answer is supposed to be 1.6 pala. Kasi nga yung 9.5, yung 9, that's ano to? Yung 9, that's 1.6, not 1.4. Hindi siya 1.4 dapat, it's 1.6. Kasi nga, I remember that time, nag-divide ako eh. Wait. Kasi po, diba remember, 9 minus 5.5, diba, that is ano to, 3.5. And 3.5 divided by 2.5, that's 0.7 divided by 0.5. Diba? Because if you do 0.7 divided by 0.5, this should be, ano to, 1.4, which is not correct. Kasi ang ginawa ko dito, 9 minus 5.5 to give you 3.5. And then 3.5 that you see here, divide by the 2.5, which is our standard deviation, to give you 1.4. Teka lang bakit naging 1.6? Because that's not the answer that we're looking for. That's not it. Kasi nga this is supposed to be 9, 5, then 2.5. Ang ginawa ko dito, gets ko na, that's 5. So, dapat 5 dapat. So, therefore, this is supposed to be 4 point ano to. So, this is supposed to be 4. Then, 4 divided by 2.5 to give us 1.6. So, let's try again. That's not the right answer pala. Also, for the second one, we standardize. Diba, remember, nag-standardize tayo. So, we standardize our, what do you call this? Our Z of 7.93 to get 0.2. And that's ano to, yung what you call this, yung 5.5. So, we get 5.5, 5, 2.5. We should get 0.2 as our standard deviation. And looking at our Z table, we get 7.93%. So, kailangan dapat 44.52. So, 44.52 minus 7.93. And then, when we do this, we get 9. This one becomes 14, 59. This one becomes 13, 6.59%. Yes, diba? 3.36. Tama nga, that's the right answer. That's supposed to be 36.594%. Yun ang sagot na kailangan namin. So, yun po yung tanong. Next, letter C. So, letter C. How much grams of cookies of chocolate chips is consumed if you are to eat a cookie whose Z-score is negative 1.56? Ayan. So, in this particular problem, for this problem, you need to apply the Z-score in reverse. You're looking for the raw score. Correct. Kasi nga the Z-score is given, now we need to find for the raw score. So, remember, our Z-score is negative 1.56. Now, we need to do X minus our mean, which is 5, then our standard deviation of 2.5. Now, we just have to solve for X. Again, it's just like basic algebra. So, what do we do first? Hello, negative 1.6 times 2.5. Very good. Negative 1.6 times 2.5 muna. So, ito yung solution sheet na ginawa ko. Did I do that? Negative 1.56 times 2.5, which is our standard deviation, to give you negative 3.9. Tama? And then, x minus 5 to give you negative 3.9. Then add 5 to both sides. So therefore, x is equivalent to, okay, 5 minus 3.9. This is the same as 1.1. So 1.1. Okay? Yeah, then from there, you just have to add. Very good. So therefore, the z-score is 1.1. Did we get that one right? Let's see. So therefore, plus 1 plus 5 to give us 1.1. Correct. And that's eventually the correct answer. Okay? So yun, tama. That's the formula. Ito yung ginawa ko. So ang ginawa ko dito ay, ito yun. So where's my solution sheet? K15 plus 5. So letter K. Yes, ito na yung solution sheet na ginawa ko. So negative 1.56, and then I did x minus 5 divided by 2.5. The first thing I did is I divide. And then from there, I get it. And then yun nga, that's 1.1. So yun na yung z-score. So that is the z-score. Okay? Next, number 4. Sabi ko dito, so letter D, how many cookies have this amount of chocolate chips from 7.5 to 10 grams? Oh yeah, now this is a bit tricky. Because this time, it asks for how many cookies are there. Kasi nga, diba, remember, sabi ko dito sa una, yeah, baby, we made 40 chocolate chip cookies. There are 40 of them that we made. And we need to know how many of those 40 chocolate chip cookies were the ones that are from 7.5 to 10 grams. Exactly. So what do we do now? Okay, here's another thing. We have to work on another normal curve. So here we are formulating the normal curve again. So there's our normal curve. Sorry if I put the iPad down. You have to put the iPad down na kasi nga, di ba, you cannot draw and hold the paper at the same time. So you need to let it down first. Correct. And then we have 0, 1, 2, 3, then negative 1, negative 2, then negative 3. Pero anong tanong ko dito? It says we want from 7.5 to 10. Of course, halatang halata, 7.5 is right here and 10 is right here. Therefore, it should be in between 1 and 2. And then we shade. Diba? Shading this will give us this answer. So let's shade it completely so you will get the idea. Okay. So therefore, this one is what we're simply looking for. Ito yun. From standard deviation of positive 1 to standard deviation of positive 2. We know, we look on the Z table, we know that this is 47.72%. Tama ba? Let's check the Z table na kung tama. Is it 47.72? Yes. And then the first one is 34.13%. And then from there, we subtract our values. So when we do this, of course, when we subtract the values, this is going to be 9. 9 dapat 2. This becomes 6. 59. This becomes 3. 3, and this becomes 13. So the answer is 13.59%. Pero that's not the right answer yet because it asks us for how many cookies are there within this percentage. So therefore, what we do now, we need to do the chart. So diba, remember the chart should look like this, diba? Ito po yung chart na kailangan namin gagawin. So when we do the chart, we have this, the all, the new, and this one. So we type their percent, and then whole number, and then all for 100%, and then SAT, the one that's correct, not, that is not. So diba, remember, here they are. So you apply a percentage chart, and therefore the number of cookies are 40. Pero we want the one that is 39.59%. So therefore, converting that to decimal, and then we need to multiply it with the base, which is 40. Hey, that reminds you of percentage word problems. So we need to find out what is 39.59% out of 40. Very good. So we need to multiply that. Looking at our solution sheet, ito yun. So, ang solution sheet na ginawa ko ay ito. Yes. So, first, ang ginawa ko dito, I did this. First, I computed the normal distribution of 10 of this. The large minus the small. 10, 5, 2.5, and then true. And then minus 10.5, 5, 2.5, then true. Therefore, this is an answer of 13.59% as usual. Tama, it's the same. Then we multiply it by 100. And then after multiplying that by 100, we get 39.59%. And then we're supposed to get the number of cookies. So therefore, we need to multiply that by 40. So doing that, it'll give us this answer. Let's see how did we get that answer. Ayan, that's 14D solution. Ito yun. Kasi nga 1 is the percent, then 40 is the whole number. So percent, we need to get this. And then we multiply that, the two numbers together, of this 13.59.05% times 40, and then it gives us the answer of 5.436. Pero we want a whole number. So if we were to round it up to a whole number, therefore it's 5 to 6 cookies. 5 to 6 cookies have that probability outcome. Correct. And that's exactly what we did here. That is how you do it. So therefore, if it asks you a question about how many cookies, how many are there, such that it contains a population, we need to multiply it with the number of total. First, you need to compute for the percentage muna. That is the area underneath the normal curve to give it the percent. And then from that percent, we apply that percentage word problem and convert that to a whole number. Okay? Just like that. Simple as that. Bibi, you did it! Now my grandma would be so happy you taught us something new. Thank you, Sam and Adi. You're such a great help. And I hope to visit I hope to visit you someday when I visit your house. Lucky, if you're watching this video right now, shout out to you po, because I want to teach Sam and Adi more stats and probs problems just like this. I hope you had fun, baby. See you soon. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Adi. Okay, now our problem number 14 is already over. So now let's get another sheet of paper so we can do the next item. Dude, put your phone down first before you get another problem, okay? Sige nga, let's go to the next problem. Okay. Siguro you take a break first. You clean up your stuff muna. Okay, here's another set of problems. Are you ready? So now let's go to the next problem, which is number 15. So number 15, this is for my church mate. My friend named Miel. So ito yung problem na to. This is my classmate, Miel, my friend in church, whose name is Miel. So Miel, I hope you can see each other soon sa church because I miss you so much. So yeah, so Miel, ito yung problema na bigay ko sa'yo. So Miel received her report card after her parents had a PTC. Diba remember sa PTC, this is when a student gets to go to the school and then they have a conference talk with the teacher, and then during the PTC, the teacher will tell them how did they do their performance in school within that particular subject. Kasi nga, you'll be given a report card after the PTC to test how did you do within the semester or during the grading. So here is the problem. If the average passing grade of students is 83 and the standard deviation is 1.6, solve for the following. So first, let's draw the normal curve. So you know already the rules of the normal curve. Ang normal curve ay ito, di ba? So you have a normal curve. Then our mean is 0, 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Then, remember, we want the raw score. So this is 83 and our standard deviation is 1.6. So therefore this becomes 84.6. And then 84.6 plus 1.6, this becomes 12. 86.2. 86.2. And then plus another 1.6, this becomes 87.8. Tama. Now on the negative side, we need to subtract it from 83. 83 and 1.6, this becomes 4. Then this becomes 2. 81.4. Then minus another 1.6 to give you, this is 88, 10, 9, 79. 79.8. Then 79.8 minus 1.6, 2, 8, 78.2. Tama. Okay? And that's it. Now you already know how to do the normal curve. But sometimes it might be hard if you do the standard deviation like that. So therefore, you're gonna have to use a calculator para hindi kayo mahirapan. Alright, so now let's go to the question. Letter A. Find the probability of the students obtaining a grade from 80 to 86. Okay. So, looking at our normal curve, nasaan ang 80? Where is the 80 if we look at our raw scores? Although we don't see it, pero we know that 80 is somewhere there. Pero nasaan ang 80 in between the two values from negative 2 to negative 1, which is right over here. And then, sabi ko dito, to 86. So, where's 86? Dito. And it asks for the probability of a student obtaining a grade from 80 to 86. So, therefore, whatever is being asked is right over here. Dito yung naka-shade, ito yung kailangan namin hanapin. Dito. So, this is the area that we're looking for. Now, all we need to do is to apply the concept of normal distribution. First, we need to locate the z-scores for these values. Tama? So, for 86, we have 86 minus 83 divided by 1.6 gives us 3 divided by 1.6. And 3 divided by 1.6, if we go do this in our calculator, therefore, it should be, siguro we do it na ng Excel para hindi kayo mahirapan. Alright? .875. So, therefore, that is the z-score. Ayan. Wait. Ayan. So, this is the, ano yun? This is the, wait. Wait lang muna, ha. So, do I remember this is the, yeah, I think I don't need to do this anymore because I already did this na for you. So, to standardize, do I remember what is our x? Ang x namin ay 86, tapos 83, then 1.6. Okay? And therefore, that's 1.75. Yeah, so this is what I did. Ito yung score. So, 1.875, and this is 1.875 din. Pero teka, did you know they're kind of symmetrical? I think they're symmetrical. It's symmetrical. Parang this is like a bonus na to you eh. Because you look for positive, you look for 1.875 in our z table, then look for negative 1.875 in our z table din. So you can get the answer. Pero, we know that, di ba remember, since they're multiplied, so therefore you need to ano yun, it's symmetrical. Pero what you want is to make it faster, we can apply a concept called linear interpolation. Pero for this one, ang ginawa ko dito, para mas mabilis, ito yung ginawa ko. Remember sa Microsoft Excel, it goes to the large, then small to the large, diba, to where it stops. So therefore, this area minus this area to give you this shaded area or portion that you see right there. Imagine if we are to do this formula such that we need to find 0.1.875 in our z table, what would be the probability? So therefore, this is when linear interpolation comes in handy. Tama? Pero let's try 80 minus 83. Teka. -80 minus 83, of course, that'll be negative 3. Divided by 1.6, it's still the same. You just have to get the absolute value. It's symmetrical. So now we need to find a z-score of 1.875. 1.875. So therefore, we apply linear interpolation, it goes like this. So do I remember we have, where is our z-score of where's our z-score? So 1.8, 46.99 and 47.06. So therefore, that's 1.88 minus 1.89. Ito yun. 1.89 minus 1.88. And then we want to know, teka. We want to know what is the z-score kasi nga we're looking for the probability. So therefore, it's 1.875 minus 1. Tama ba? Wait. 1.87, it's right here. So dapat that's 46.93. Then 46.99. So therefore, this is the correct answer. 1.88 minus 1.87 minus is equivalent to 1.875 minus 1.87. Then on the left-hand side, we have the probabilistic values. The probabilities is, this is 46.99, 46.93. So when we subtract that together, we already get na 0.4699 and this is 0.4693. Then we subtract the numbers. And then we need to find the z-score right over here. Tama? Now, all we need to do is to apply the linear interpolation formula. So this one is very easy. It'll just become 0.006, diba? Then this one becomes 0.01. On the right-hand side, it's still x minus 46.93. And this one becomes 1.875 minus 1.87 to give us 0.005. Ito na yan. Now, we apply the concept called LCD. So therefore, this is 0.01x, then 0.01 times 0.4693. It gives us this answer of 0.004693. And then we multiply these two numbers together to give us 30. And then this one, 30, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then, diba remember, it's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dito. So let's try. Let's try typing this one. 0.0005. Yeah, I think this might be a lot of decimals. Times 0.0006. Tama, it's 0.0. How many zeros are there? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 5 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So tama, it's right here. So 0.00000, 5 decimal zeros. Then what we do now, we add this one. And then we get this answer. Then divide by 0.01 x, diba? Then we subtract, diba? We should get this answer, and then we divide by 0.01. We should get 0.4696. Teka, this might, yes, that is the probability. So therefore, the probability is 0.4696. 0.4696. But since this is symmetrical, we need to multiply it by 2. So therefore, this becomes 92, 192, 13, and this becomes 90. Tama! That's the right answer as expected. 93.92%. Did we get that answer right? Looking back at Microsoft Excel, yes, we should get this answer here. 93.92%, which is the answer. Pero in this one, there are many more decimal places that come in place. But yet, we still got the right answer. Correct. So that's letter A. Next, letter B. Sabi ko dito, if Miel were to get a z-score of negative 0.82, what is her grade? Madali lang to. The z-score has already been found. Pero all we need to do now is to compute for the z-score. Diba? So we need to find the z-score, the raw score. So very easy lang to. All we have to do is to just apply this formula. 0.82 times, remember, times 1.6, which is the standard deviation, then plus the mu of 83 to give us 81.688. If you were to standardize, to try this one again, to see if we get that corresponding z-score, we click standardize, then click on that cell, which is 81, then our mean, which is 83, then 1.6, then you get negative 0.82. Tama? So that is the answer. This is how we double check. Yun nga. Next, number 3. Sabi ko dito, if the probability is 37.49%, this means to say that a student went higher than the mean, but less than what grade? Okay, for this particular question, this could be kind of tricky. Pero don't worry, I'll explain to you the concept in details. If you read the problem very carefully, the probability is 37.49%. Yan yung probability na hinanap namin. Pero, ang sabi ko dito, what does it mean? If there's a probability of 37.49%, what does it mean? It means to say that a student went higher than the mean. Ibig sabihin, that's the clue. The clue is where such a certified probability like that, it was higher. 37.49%, this student went higher than the mean. If you look at our normal distribution right over here, di ba, our mean is 83, di ba? Yun ang mean namin. But less than what grade? Ibig sabihin, kung anong grade dito. So therefore, the probability is 37.49%. Or, kasi nga in my case, what I'm looking at is the z-table. So if I look at the z-table, I need to find 37.49%. So if you look at the z-table, 37.49% is right over here. Dito siya. But where is it? It's in 1.1, 1.1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1.15. Well, no. 1 point, ano to? Tama nga, that's 1.115. 1.15. So therefore, that is the z-score. So therefore, the z-score, z of 37.49%, 37.49% is 1.15. That is the z-score in positive. So there, and now, do I remember we are already given a z-score? So now, all we need to do now is to solve for the, kasi nga sabi ko dito, it was higher than the mean. That is the clue. That means, if for such a probability like that of 37.49%, it was higher than the mean. That probability outcome is higher than the mean. Kasi nga, if you look at my z-table, this is higher than the mean. Mataas siya sa mean. Diba? It starts on the mean, then keeps on going higher until 50%. Diba? And 1.15 is 37.49%. That is the probability. That is higher than the mean. With a corresponding z-score of 1.15. Then all we have to do is apply the z-score formula of 1.15 is equivalent to, because remember, we need to find the score with that corresponding probability. It says less than what grade? Ibig sabihin, higher than the mean. So if you look at the normal distribution, ganito siya. Diba, remember, ito yun, ang mean, tapos 1, 2, 3. 1.15 is somewhere here. So dito siya. So we know that this is 83, pero kailangan namin with a z-score of 1.15, but less than what grade is that? Ibig sabihin, mataas siya sa mean, sa 83. Dito siya, mataas na siya. Pero, it is up to what is that grade with a corresponding z-score of 1.15. And what is that number? That we don't know. Pero we look at the clue. If we look at our clues, diba, this is 84.6, this is 86.2. Kailangan dapat, it should be in between the two numbers. If we get that answer, we are correct. So to do that, we need to play the game called Z times the standard deviation, which is 1.6. So 1.15 times 1.6. Then, whatever answer we get there, we add that with the mean, which is 83. So let's see how this will turn out. So yes, just what I said here, first, ang ginawa ko dito, I did it like this. In this solution, yeah, kasi nga this one, I did another solution. Diba? Kasi nga this one, I did normal inverse. Pero I will teach you. Ah, yes. Kasi nga, diba, remember this one, we should get, ano to? Yes, that's the correct score. 84.84. So, did we get that one right? Because we know that's 84.6. So, 84.84 is somewhere here. Dito siya. Tama. It makes a match. So, it's in between 1 and 2. And correct, it should be here. So, therefore, the raw score is 84.84. This is the answer that we're looking for. So, therefore, the answer is this. If Miel gets a probability of 37.49%, this means to say she went higher than the mean, but less than 84.84 of the score. The score of 84.84. Tama? Pero, if you want to do this directly sa Microsoft Excel, ito yung formula na kailangan mo gagawin. you can type there normal dot inverse. Ano yung function ng normal dot inverse? First, you have to type the probability. When we say the probability, di ba remember sabi ko kanina, the probability that you were given. Pero sabi ko dito, this 37.49% was from the mean. It starts from the mean. Pero this is Microsoft Excel, so kailangan dapat i-add na namin by 0.5. Kasi nga we are going to include this side. It's supposed to be like that. So normal dot inverse, because we want to know the score here. If we are using RZ table, it starts from the mean, then ends up to this area. Tama? Pero since we're using Microsoft Excel, which starts here, so kailangan dapat i-add mo yung probability na hinarap mo sa Z table na to, 37.49% plus 0.5. And when we do that, we're supposed to get 87.49%. That is our probability. So, and this is how the formula of normal dot inverse goes. It gives you the raw score of that given probability. Like for instance, diba remember last time if you got 34.13%? Okay, let's go back muna to item number 1. Wait lang muna. So, diba remember dito sa item number 1, we should get ano to? Diba remember 60, 80, the standard deviation of 10, and then true. If you want to get the norm inverse, you type there norm dot inverse, it gives you the raw score. If you want to get 60, and we know that 60 is already 2.275%. So we type there the probability. So where's that probability? Ito yun. And then our mean. What is the mean? 80 with a standard deviation of 10 grams. Did we still get 60 as a raw score? Yes, we do. Kaya that's how normal dot inverse works. For normal dot inverse, you are given a probability, you type the probability, and then type the mean with the corresponding standard deviation to give you the raw score already. Tama? And if we do that, we type the mean of 83, then our standard dev of 1.6, tama. We should get our raw score of 84.84. Tama. It's still rounded. Pero this one, there are more decimal numbers. Pero in our case, nag-round off tayo. Now, let's go to our next item. Letter D. If Miel has 34 other classmates in her class, how many students got a grade higher than 85? Okay, so now this one implies a population. So let's draw the normal curve. This one na lang. So diba remember, we need to get higher than 85. So we know that 84.6 is right here. So ang 85 ay nandito. So 85 should be right over here. Dito siya. More than 85. So now what do? We just do this. First, let's find 85. Let's type the z-score of 85 in our normal distribution. So that will become 2 divided by 1.6. 2 divided by 1.6 is the same as 1 over 0.8. And 1 over 8 over 10, or 1 divided by 8 over 10, is the same as 1 times 10 over 8, which gives us 1 and 2/8, or 1 and 1/4. And 1 and 1/4 is 1.25. That is the z-score. Let's see if we get it right. Ito po yung ginawa ko. I standardized 85, 83, and 1.6, and we should get tama, 1.25. Now, all we need to do now is this. Diba remember, ang kailangan dapat hanapin ay yung bandang dulo, which is a score that is more than 85. So therefore, it's 1. Remember, it implies the application of areas underneath the normal curve. So if you want to find something that is higher, so therefore, it's 1 minus the normal dot distribution of the score that you got, which is 83, 85, 83, 1.6, and true. And we should get 10.56%. Now, we are to do this in Microsoft Excel. Diba remember, where do you think is that z-score of 1.25? So, ang z-score of 1.25 must be here. Yes. 39.44. So, 39.44. So, therefore, 50% minus 39.44. Doing that will give you, this one will become 1, this one will become 0, and this will become 5, 4. So, tama nga, it's 56 pala. 10.56%. And you will still get the same answer. Tama, it's the same thing as what you got here. Pero, ang sabi ko dito, how many students get that grade? Yun ang tanong. How many students got that score of more than 85? So, kailangan tayo mag-multiply by the population, which is 34. So, we do this, see 34 times 35. Ito pala. Di ba sabi ko dito, why is it 35 that I did in my solution sheet? Pero dito sa problem na to, it says 34. Ganito kasi yun. Kasi nga, sabi ko dito, if Miel has 34 other classmates in her class, how many students in that class got a score higher than 85? Ibig sabihin, kasi nga, in the 34 other classmates in the class, kasama si Miel doon. Let's say, for example, in my class, di ba, remember in my class, there, I have 9 classmates. Pero let's say, kasama ko doon. So, 9 plus 1, because I'm also included, makes 10. So, therefore, we multiplied it by 10. Let's say, for example, di ba, remember in Humes, di ba, I have 3 classmates. So, and I'm also a Humes student. So, therefore, plus 1, 4. So, kailangan dapat i-add 34 by 1 because kasama si Miel doon. So, therefore, it's multiplied by 35. And we should get 3.69, which is rounded to approximately 3 to 4 students. And that is the answer. Kaya yun yung gawin namin kapag may population. Last but not least, number 5, if Miel wants to become an honor student, she needs to get a grade that is higher than 90. Find the probability for it to happen. This one is complex, and furthermore, this one implies a linear interpolation formula. And if you look at our z-table, if you look here, a z-score of 90 is way, way far. And if you were to standardize this, of course, this would be 90 minus 86, 83, to give us 7. And 7 divided by 1.6, if we were to divide that, this would become 70. And it will go somewhere here pa. So we were to divide this, this will become 4, 64. This one becomes 6, 7, 56, 40, 2, 32, 8, 5. So therefore, that will be the z-score. The z-score is 4.725. And if you look at our z-table, as you can see here, there's no z-score of 4 plus. And even if you are to apply linear interpolation, of course, they'll give an accurate value. Pero never mind, we don't care about that. We can just type it in Microsoft Excel para hindi tayo mahirapan. And this is what I did. Ang ginawa ko dito, 1 minus the normal distribution of 90, 83, 1.6, and 2. Because we want the upper part. Kasi nga, sabi ko dito, if Miel wants to be an honor student, she needs to get a score that is higher than 90. And find the probability for it to happen within this condition. And that's when you have to apply this formula. 1 minus that normal distribution. And you should get this answer of 6.07 raised to the negative 0.6%. Which takes a lot of decimals to get there. And there's a very small probabilistic chance for it to happen. In this criteria, ginawa ko yung linear interpolation formula. And if we are to do this, this should give us 4.375 if we standardize it. And if we solve for the y, if we try to apply the linear interpolation formula, the probability should be 49.999 whatever, 0.00000, something like that. I don't know. Because our maximum z-score is only until 3.09 lang eh. It can't go any farther. Pero if we are to try, we can do this. And then yun nga, we will get a very, very large number. And never mind, that's really, really far unless you're STEM students. So yun lang. And that's it for today's video. Halfway there!